Hey guys, how's it going? It's Big Dog EDM, uh, AB 2018. I haven't made a video in a little while, and I couldn't remember the name of my channel, so I can scratch that off now. Anyways, I'm gonna kind of change it up a little bit, and I'm gonna be talking about the NFL playoffs. I know I have my other videos. I've been talking about the Habs, and I do plan on continuing and making those. I just haven't had the time. So for today, I plan on making predictions for this upcoming weekend's 2018/19 NFL playoffs. It's going to be the wild card weekend when we have two games on Saturday and we got two games on Sunday. Now, the first game of the wild card is a AFC South showdown between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans, and I'm going to be kind of bold on this one. I know Indy does have, or I guess has more experience with when it comes to the quarterback, with Luck being in here for I don't know how many years he's been in the league, but obviously has more experience than Deshaun Watson. However, I will give the advantage to Watson in the fact that he is a mobile quarterback. So if they happen to bring pressure, if he can find a hole, he can kind of sneak out of it and gain a few yards down that way, maybe get a first down or two. So unlike Luck, who's more of a pocket passer, he just kind of sticks around, looks for his players to get open, and then throws some bombs or whatever it is. But I'm going to give this the edge to the Texans in this one. I believe they do have enough. They have a good defense, especially with Clowney and J.J. Watt on both ends. So I'm going to give them a bit of an advantage, and then obviously having a guy like Hopkins, I think he's pretty much. I'm getting all tongue-tied. I think he's a better receiver than T.Y. Hilton. No disrespect to T.Y. Hilton, he is a great receiver, but I mean, if you've seen the amazing one-handed catches this dude can make compared to others, it is unreal. You can have like one or two defenders on this guy, and he's still going to manage to make a catch, come down with it. So I'm going to give the Houston Texans a win on Saturday afternoon or evening, I do believe they play. So that's going to be my prediction for the first game. Now the Saturday night game features Seattle versus the Dallas Cowboys, with the Cowboys being at home. Now at the start of the season, I thought that the Cowboys were going to have another bad, awful season, and then they just somehow turned things around, won that division. So I can't really diss on them. I mean, I'm not a fan of them, but I can't really diss on them. They do have a pretty good team with Dak Prescott as the quarterback, and obviously having a guy like Ezekiel Elliott, or whatever his name is, I can't remember. But he's a pretty damn good running back. I mean, he's got back-to-back rushing titles, I do believe. And feel free to comment below if I made any mix-ups or screw-ups, by all means. I'll take the good with the bad and the bad with the good. And they're going to be hosting the Seahawks. And I gotta say, even though Seattle doesn't have their Legion of Boom like they used to, they got a pretty okay defense on that side of the ball as well. Again, they got off to a slow start, so I thought I was kind of writing them off, didn't believe they had a chance to make the playoffs, but they got their stuff together, and they seem to be doing pretty good. I mean, they got 10 wins, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, so only 2 or 3 less than the Rams, so I really didn't see them making the playoffs, but they did. They got that 5th seed. And I'm honestly going to say I'm a big fan of experience and this type of stuff. I mean, yeah, Dallas has been in the playoffs, I believe it was 2 years ago, when Prescott and Elliott both had the rookie season and then lost to the Packers at home on a last-second field goal by Mason Crosby, which was unbelievable. And the throw before that to Jared Cook from Aaron Rodgers, couldn't write that up any better. But anyways, I'm getting off track. I just believe experience really shows in the postseason compared to rookies and all this other stuff. Not saying that Prescott and Elliott are rookies by any means, but I mean, Russell's been in the league now for however many years, and he's got a good receiver in Baldwin. And I mean, their defense is still pretty good. So I mean, I really can't diss them that much. So I'm going to say the Seahawks come away with the win in Dallas. I'm sorry, Dallas fans, if this does come true. I'm sure you'll be heartbroken, but I'm just going to be bold and say the Seahawks are going to come into AT&T Stadium, I do believe, unless they change it, and get a W there. Now, on for Sunday, we have the LA Chargers, no longer the San Diego Chargers, heading into Baltimore. Now, this matchup really intrigues me. With the fact that you have an experienced quarterback, I believe in 15 years, in Phillip Rivers, and you have a rookie in Lamar Jackson, who seems to have stolen that number one job away from Joe Flacco. Now, where Joe Flacco goes in the offseason, I'm not sure. That's a whole other topic of discussion. I'm sure that'll be a hot topic once the postseason is all done and over with. Now this matchup here is going to be very interesting because, like I said, Lamar Jackson's the mobile quarterback, so he can like juke, kind of like Deshaun Watson, but he can juke around players, and then if there's too much pressure coming off one side, looks around, boom, the guy can take off. So it seems to be that this is what you need for a quarterback, is someone who has a very good arm and very good well awareness of the situation and is able to escape the pocket, I guess you can say, and gain yardage compared to taking sacks or fumbles and losing yardage. Again, I honestly think it's going to come down to experience, and the Chargers seem to have a pretty darn good defense. Now, I'm a Broncos fan, so it's going to kill me to say this. We've had a couple of two or three bad seasons, so I'm not trying to root for the Chargers, but I believe Rivers will get a win in Baltimore. I just think that with Lamar Jackson being a rookie, there's a good chance he might have a rookie mistake and throw an interception or get sacked and fumbled. I mean, Joey Bosa's a killer on the outside. The dude can just come by you. He's no Von Miller by any means, but he is pretty darn good. So I'm going to give the edge to the LA Chargers and Phillip Rivers postseason. We'll move on to next week. Now, the last game of the wildcard weekend features the Philadelphia Eagles, who just squeaked into the playoffs at the last win of the season. I got to say, I honestly didn't see you guys making it. I thought Minnesota or someone else might have taken that 6th seed, but you guys managed to somehow keep trucking along, so good on you. And they're heading into Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears. Now, this one here is kind of hard to call. I mean, yeah, Philly went to the Super Bowl, and they do have quite a bit of their core from last year and this year, and a lot of the same coaches as well. So, and then they have Nick Foles, who had that miraculous run last year. He's starting again. Now, he was hurt, so he might not be 100%. And now with Carson Wentz, no one knows if he's coming back or if his season's done. So, heading into Chicago, and Chicago has probably one of the best defenses I've ever seen all year. And then adding a guy like Khalil Mack just put them over the top. I mean, the dude is amazing at rushing the passer. So I got to say, I don't miss him in Oakland. I'm super glad he's out of that division because he was killing us in Denver twice a year. So I'm very happy that the Raiders traded him away. But and Trubisky is a pretty darn good quarterback. I'm not taking anything away from him. And they did win a division after all. I mean, it was kind of a weak division because I could be mistaken, but I don't think there were a lot of successful records. I mean, Minnesota had 7 or 8 wins, and then I think Green Bay and Detroit had like 5 or 6 wins or something like that. So it was a pretty weak division. I'm not trying to diss Minnesota or any of them, but obviously Chicago got the better of you guys. So that matchup there, I'm going to make yet another crazy prediction. I'm saying the Eagles will knock off the Bears. Now, again, not all these picks are for sure locked in thing. By all means, I could go 0 for 4 easily, but this is just from what I've seen all season and my guessing and all that other stuff. So the Eagles postseason will go on to next week, and I'm sorry, Chicago Bear fans, but I believe your run will be over after this weekend. Until next week, thanks you guys for watching, and we'll see how my predictions go. All right, see you.